Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Teamfight Manager 2. In the last episode, we went 1-1, one win against Quantum Rush and one loss to the Vortex Vipers, where we did kind of just throw our lead in that series away to the Vortex Vipers. Unfortunately, we were in a good spot, but we ended in a bad spot. So today we're going to look at trying to make some seriously good picks. We're going to look at making sure that our drafts are done well, and we're going to look at putting a pick ban tactics coach in. So like Dandy is our analyst at the moment, so I'm going to put Dandy in as our pick ban tactics coach, and we're going to let him negotiate some of the draft for us. And by some of the draft, I mean I'm going to let him determine the majority of the draft, and Yagal can be our analyst, right? Cool. So with that, we're going to test out Dandy as our head coach. One of you guys recommended that we change our head coach, so let's try it out. We've dropped all the way down to 27th in the power ladder, which is not looking good for us whatsoever. And here's our matchup against Zenith Spark. Now, there is some tactical analysis. You can see that our analysis has decreased since we got Dandy out of there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to let Dandy choose the pick ban. I'm going to let him choose the tactics, and we will see how he goes. We'll let him delegate. We'll delegate this one to him, and we will let him determine everything that happens, and I'm just going to cast the game as the team owner. Okay, delegate the pick ban to the head coach. He does decide to play Deathwalker, by the way, over King. Picks up Shadowmancer first pick, plus Lancer and Swordsman, as they get Dual Blader, Bard. They end up picking up the Poison Dart Hunter and the Vampire. This is a really interesting team comp that he's decided to go for, and this is how he's going to play it as well, so we'll just let him do that, and we will delegate the tactics to him as well. And then someone said that HP was kind of overrated in this game, so let's let them build defense second. There we go. Okay, and 45 seconds in, nothing actually happening in this game, just back and forwards. Minute does manage to find a pick onto Dreams, it looks like, and he is just going to take that kill nice and easily there. A fight is breaking out at the Serpent Pit, and Kilby is just going to go down. Kardash is trying to fight, but he's getting pretty low. Mimic now shows up. He's dealing some serious damage onto Bulldog, but the Serpent does go down, and Minute ends up getting caught out by Double Lift there. Mimic is now dealing some serious poison damage. He's going to take down Dreams. He's not able to get Double Lift with that poison damage, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end. Kilby ends up getting caught out by Double Lift, but Kardash is here. He doesn't want to go in. Kilby ends up going down. Deathwalker tries to get out away from a gang from Witsy, but he's going to get taken down by the two of them. Dreams was there just in case they couldn't pick it up in the end. Now Dreams is getting caught out by Mimic and Minute, and he's going to go down to the poison damage over time. Mid lane turret does fall in the end, and a fight is breaking out around this Baron Pit. A good knock up from the Lancer pick. Here's a fight breaking out onto the opposition team. Huge ult from Kilby, but not enough. Mimic is now getting caught out in the mid lane. Minute is now going into three of them. He does manage to make his way out of there. Deathwalker going in. He's going to steal that kill onto Witsy, and now he's turning onto Admiral Bulldog all by himself. Minute cannot do anything. He has to ult away from that fight. Kardash looking for an angle here to deal some damage. Minute ends up ulting in. Kardash goes down. Kilby's trying to save them. Huge root from him there, actually. It was absolutely insane keeping them alive for a bit longer. Kilby's now trying to zone them, but he's just going to get deleted while the rest of the team's trying to take this Baron. Mimic takes a huge bleed, but Witsy ends up going down. Dreams is now getting caught out of position by Minute and Mimic are just going to zone them off this Baron, and the Baron's going to reset. Zhao Harengas is going to go down. Bulldog ults, but he gets knocked up. He's going to get poisoned up for infinity, and a double kill for Mimic there. The bot lane turret is going to go down to Double Lift. It's 10-10 at the moment. Only a 1,000 gold lead, and then the Baron turns that into 2,000 gold. And Serpent is going down to the side of the Zenith Spark. Hilly is looking like getting caught out in this mid lane. He does have his ulti, but does he want to use it? No, he does not. He wants to save it for the team fight. Kardash is just going to pick up that bot lane turret. Mimic and Minute are getting caught out in the mid lane, and no one really wants to help fight that one. Kardash might find a kill onto Double Lift solo as he pushes out this bot lane turret, but here comes Witsy to gank him. Nothing really breaks out of that one, and the top lane turret does end up going down for the side of Zenith Spark. Mimic is now a little bit out of position, but they've turned on to Kardash, and Kardash is trying to get out of there. Whatever he can do to get out, he can't. Mimic is now trying to fight. Deathwalker's getting caught by Joao Haring. Kilby gets caught by Dreams. He goes down. Big ult from Admiral Bulldog with the rest of the team there. Deathwalker's going to go down to the bleed. Minute's not going to go down to the bleed. Deathwalker didn't actually go down to the bleed, but Minute did end up getting caught out by Dreams there. Now it's Kardash and Deathwalker 2 versus 5. Mimic now trying to find Bulldog here, but can he deal enough damage? No, he cannot. Dreams is a little bit low, but Kilby can't do anything. He just gets deleted. Mimic, he's going to run away. He's going to get deleted as well. Double Lift is picking up some kills. He's 607 now. Absolutely massive on this dual blader pick. Kardash now trying to deal some damage, but he just gets nuked to death there. And Minute now trying to find a pick onto Witsy. They find Witsy now. Can they get Dreams? They do manage to find Dreams as well. Can they get Bulldog as well? No, they get the turret. They pull back. Here's Double Lift. They need to shut him down. He's going to deal huge damage. Minute needs to run. He can't. He gets locked down by Double Lift. Double Lift is huge here. He gets Kilby. He might get dashed in on. Deathwalker doesn't want to go in. Kardash ults nothing. Mimic's getting zoned out by Joao Haring here. It's just absolutely massive damage. Deathwalker just gets deleted. Kardash now out of position. He's going to get deleted as well by Double Lift. Double Lift 9-0 and 8 in this game. Absolutely smashing them. That is going to be Baron over to the side of Zenith Spark. A minute 30 with that Baron buff. Minute gets caught out, and that could spell the end of the game with this massive minion wave in the top side. Unless a massive fight breaks out here. Good ult from Deathwalker here. Kilby locks them down. Bulldog's getting caught out. He's going to get deleted. Actually, hang on. The Good Vibe Tribe managed to survive for a fraction of a second longer here. Mimic, he needs to find Double Lift. Can he? No, Double Lift just falls away. Witsy's going to go down. Jaharin, can they finish him off? No, they can't. And it is still anyone's game. It's up in the air. It's a 10k gold lead to the Zenith Spark, but they could throw it away here. We have seen some fights where they dive in and just overestimate their abilities. Double Lift gets ulted. Oh, he's going to go down, but Minute runs away and leaves Kilby to fight for himself. The rest of the team just leave that kill alive. Here comes a back line fight from Deathwalker and Minute, but they just walk down 2 into the opposition. Mimic's trying to get away, but he can't do anything about it. He's just going to go down. Deathwalker's going to go down as well, it looks like. Witsy's going to take him out, and that is going to be the end of the game as far as I can tell. Massive minion wave. Kardash on the swordsman, can't do anything. 15-minute game, a slugfest. 12-0-12 on Double Lift there on that dual blader, and I'm pretty sure I can draft better than that. My turn. Firstly, Deathwalker's overrated. The rest of this team I'm pretty cool with. Okay, we are first pick. We're gonna ban Exorcist. And we're gonna ban Ghost. Actually, I'm gonna try and go the clown angle this game. Okay, they end up grabbing Ogre and Dark Mage. That means I could grab Pole Warrior. I'll grab Pole Warrior and Ninja, I think. We are looking to dive in onto these mages if we can. There's a Whipmaster and a Ghost. That's kind of frustrating. Okay, Executioner plus Lightning Mage, I think, for crowd control. And they grab Magic Knight as their last pick. Okay. So Kilby's going on the Ninja pick. Mimic's going on Clown. And Minute is going to play Lightning Mage in the jungle, which is kind of trolling, but I think Kilby's better at melee champs. So, that's the plan. Okay, we're going to play a 4-1 split with Mimic as our split pusher. We're going to look at splitting and Mimic being our split pusher. We're going to focus on waves. We're going to hard engage when we are getting sieged. We're going to be always going for that early Serpent. We're going to focus on ganking all lanes and an aggressive closeout. And we're going to let players... You can build magic resist first. Yeah, you can build defense and then magic resist, and then I'll let you decide. Okay. Let's get this one. Come on, we got to win this one, otherwise we're going to lose this game. Mimic is finding a fight onto Dreams. He just deletes him. See you later. Solo kill in the mid lane. That clown pick being absolutely massive. King is looking like fighting. And Kardash lands a hook onto Admiral Bulldog. Kilby is wanting to take this one now. And Kardash brings him back in. And Kilby does manage to secure a kill there in the bot lane. And fights breaking out around this Serpent Pit. They manage to pick up double if that's 2 for Kilby now. Kilby's a little bit out of position though. Mimic picks up Witsy. He's 2-0 now. Dreams goes down to Kilby. He's now 3-0. 3-0 on this bot laner. 2-0 on this mid lane. It's absolutely huge early game for the side of the Good Vibe Tribe. Kilby finding Admiral Bulldog here. Kardash an excellent hook. And he manages to pick up a kill. And then Kilby just decides, no, I'm going in on mid lane as well. See you later, Dreams. I'm taking 5. And he's fighting even further here, but he's not going to be able to find anything in that bot lane. Kardash, another great hook there. He's actually landing heaps of hooks this game, which is awesome. Another hook onto Zhao Hardang. Quinn goes back in on a minute here. He might decide that he's going to ulti this one. He does decide he's going to ulti this one, and Zhao Hardang goes down. And now fight is breaking out onto Witsy and double if they pick up Minute, but Kilby and King are still alive, wreaking havoc. Witsy ends up going down, and the Serpent is going to go over to the side of the Good Vibe Tribe in this angle. Zhao Hardang gets locked down, but a big ult from Witsy does deal a lot of damage. Kardash, Kilby, and everyone else trying to deal something, but there is no clown here. Kilby's going to pick up Witsy. He's 7-0 and 2 now. And the mid lane turret is going to go down for the side of Zenith Spark. The fight is breaking out around this Baron. They end up killing Dreams there and then peeling off the Baron. Kilby's in a bit of a bad position with Admiral Bulldog trying to chase him down. He ends up going in with his Q and just dying. Mimic needs to go in and just delete them here. He just needs to walk up, ult, and delete him. He's looking like he wants to do it, but he's just going to auto attack them to death. Pop his ult for no reason. Here's Witsy trying to find anything he can to steal this Baron, but can't muster up the courage. Dreams is a little low. Mimic's split pushing that top lane. A big dive in from Kilby as they take that mid lane turret. Mimic is now killing that top lane turret. He is just going to go down though. He doesn't want to fight back in this top lane, and he doesn't even find the turret in the end because of that. Double lift is going in onto 3 of them, kind of inting, actually 4 of them, but he is playing Ghost, so pretty squishy, pretty slippery, sorry, and King and double lift trade a kill. Kilby's now trying to find Admiral Bulldog. He manages to find that one. Dream is there, but he's not able to secure it under the 2 turrets. Kardash and Minute trying to find a fight onto double lift in the bot lane. King is going to try and 1v1 Witsy, and he is going to be able to pick him up. 6-0 and 3 for King now on that pole warrior pick. And it's sort of just back and forwards, but Kilby decides I'm going in. Minute decides I'm ulting Dreams. Kilby's going back in again, and Mimic is now going to walk up, and if he just pops his W, he does some serious damage here, but he doesn't use it. The top lane turret does end up falling in the end. Mimic and Kilby are pushing out this top side. Mimic decides, no, actually, Kilby, see you later. I'm leaving you on your own. I'm going to use my W on absolutely nothing, and just let you run it down. That was kind of troll from Mimic there, but Mimic is feeling a bit of pressure at the moment. He lands a big ult anyway. His condition's pretty poor. He's feeling a bit of pressure at the moment with this long split that we're going through, so we kind of understand it. The turret, the Nexus is going to fall, and it's going to be a win for the side of the Good Vibe Tribe. 25 and 5, 20k gold lead. Huge from Kilby. Absolutely insane. That was a clinic, boys. That was an absolute clinic. So you can see here that Mimic's stamina is running low. And I kind of want to bring Bin in, but I'm not going to because Bin is a little bit dodgy. We know that. Okay, everyone keeps saying in the comments that Nymphy is a GOAT tank support. So we're going to play Nymphy on a tank support and try and put Kilby on Inquisitor if we can. We're first pick again. Okay, so I'll ban Exorcist. ban Hitman. And I will ban Circus Blade. They ban Android, so I'm going to grab Boomerang Hunter here, I think, as my mid laner. They grab Taoist and Hunter, so I can go Gambler. Maybe I'm playing this in a different lane. I can go Gambler and Inquisitor now. Okay, and they go Druid and Archer, so I will just grab the Shield Bearer for Nymphy. And what does that leave me with? Mid, AD, jungle, or top. I can flex this Boomerang Hunter pick. A Barrier Mage would actually be massive against this team. Yeah, I'm gonna play Barrier Mage against this team. So actually, I'm gonna go like this here. I'm gonna put King on the Barrier Mage, I think. Or do I want Minute on it? Maybe I'll put Minute on it, the Veteran. Put the Vet on it. Okay, and we are gonna focus on grouping as 5, flexibly closing it out, joining. We're a team fight team, so we want to group up, hard engage, poke and maintain distance, always attempt that early turret. We're going to focus on farming and covering lanes. In this one, they got AP, AD, AP, AD. To let you build magic first. And then you're going to build magic and then defense. You're going to build AD and then magic resist. Actually, you're going to build AD and then defense. Yeah. And King, you're going all out aggression. Okay, let's ride. Okay, 40 minutes into this one. Sorry, I did a peanut quote there on accident, just instinctually. Kilby trying to find a kill onto Bulldog, but isn't able to. Ends up getting shut down in the turret in the mid lane does go down. A fight is breaking out around Serpent. The Good Vibe Tribe do manage to secure that one, and Mimic is trying to find Dreams here. King's fighting Zhao in the top lane. The bot lane turret does go down. King is trying to find this top lane turret, but he's now getting ganked by both Witsy and Zhao. He might go down here. He's just running back and forwards. Killing time. Mimic finds a fight onto Dreams, but is he able to deal enough damage? I'm not sure. Kilby's trying to find double lift, and he manages to take that kill there. Mimic does end up finding Dreams in the mid lane while we were watching that. Kilby ends up finding Witsy as well. It's a double kill for him. He's 2-0 now and can start to snowball on this Inquisitor. An early Baron fight breaking out. Mimic ends up picking up a kill onto Witsy early. Dreams is incredibly low. Kilby's looking to get in on him on the back line. He does end up finding his way onto him. Kilby's now on double lift. He's going to put the bleed on him. Double kill for him. He's now turning onto Bulldog and isn't able to find any kills. Another fight breaking out onto Bulldog. Kilby decides, I'm just going in. Mimic's like, I'm just going to solo this Baron, then it's fine. And Zhao goes in and uses an ult. The blue team does secure the Baron. King is now trying to steal some damage with that Boomerang Hunter. The mid lane has a massive wave. Mimic's going to take the bot lane turret, and he's now getting caught out by the Hunter pick, but he decides, fuck it, I'm going to turn on you, and just ults him. And now he just needs to land one more auto attack, but he is quite fast. He ends up getting the kill. Now he's turning on to double lift. He says, okay, see you later. This is my signature pick. I'm going to kill you too. Top lane turret is going to go down to Nymphy and Kilby here. And Mimic is now going to get caught out in that mid lane, but Nymphy says, fuck it, I'll just try and push this wave in, destroy the turret. And, you know, you can't kill us if the Nexus is dead, so we'll just keep our massive minion wave in here. You either fight us and kill us, or you fight us and your Nexus dies. And it's a win for the Good Vibe Tribe in just 6 minutes. Absolutely massive from Mimic. Minute did absolutely nothing, but it doesn't matter. He played a support role in this game. Kilby and Mimic absolutely carrying hard there. And actually Mimic taking the most damage as well. Nymphy not really tanking that much in that game. A little bit of healing coming out from King. And it's an absolute stomp by the Good Vibe Tribe. We love that one. However, Dandy, I really want you as my analyst, because you're good at that. In terms of head coaches, let's give head coach role to Gigi. All right, good win, boys. Very good win in that game. Never surrender. Yeah, never surrender. We did get rolled in the first game, and then we lost the second one. Okay, Gambler does get a pretty massive nerf here. 54 attack at level 1 and 4 AD per level. I think he's going to be a D tier now with that nerf. Clown gets a bit of a nerf, but still pretty good, but not as good. Fighter gets a bit of a defensive nerf. Ogre gets a massive nerf. Bard gets a nerf. Huge HP nerf. Poison Dart Hunter also ends up getting a early game nerf, which is kind of a bummer. But let's see who they buffed. Voodoo Shaman. I don't know if it's going to make it playable. Hitman was already S tier. Now he's even more powerful. So that's good. Pyro is even more powerful now. Berserker's back up there. Chef could be useful now. Ice Mage. Pretty decent buff. And Jiangxi, you need an HP buff to be useful, I think. Okay, let's go and delegate this to our analyst. And our next match is against the Rogue Exiles. I don't really know where they sit on the table, but I'm not really scared of them, if I'm being honest. I think we're going to be able to handle them pretty easy. Quite simply. That's my caffeine down the hatch. Lovely. Okay, and today's the day. Round 13 against the Rogue Exiles. We're looking at taking a 2-0 round this round. Our draft was good in those last 2 games. We drafted very, very powerful team compositions. And we're just waiting. It's Saturday. Everyone's getting on edge. We go out for Korean barbecue or something before the game. And it's game time. Okay, Clown backs it up with wins in top. Cavalry is a hit and win late in the jungle. Let's do our analysis. The Rogue Exiles jungler tends to prioritize farming and lane cover. They tend to group on pressuring lanes while defending, so we need to make sure that when we're jungling, we want to be ganking. They tend to group on pressured lanes while defending. They close games out flexibly and prioritize securing takedowns when finishing objectives. Their bot laner has quite a big gold deficit in lane. Oh my god, did he just get better at fucking analyzing or what? Overall analysis shows their bot is the most vulnerable with an average deficit. A bot strategy is recommended. The most used tactic in our team's win was bottom focus plus ganking jungle. Alright, how's everyone feeling? You all good today? Nemphy's very good condition, so we're going to start him off. He's basically bouncing off the walls to be picked at the moment. So we're going to start with Nemphy. We'll put him on a tank jungler, tank support. You guys keep saying it. Put him on a tank support. He's a good player on a tank support. Put him on tank support. So we will. We'll ban Exorcist. Ban Boomerang Hunter. I'm gonna ban Pyroman. So I think Pyroman's buffs are gonna make that thing way too OP now. And Hitman is also gonna be incredibly OP. So I do still think Clown is pretty good. We could build our strategy around the Clown pick here. And that is exactly what we'll do. They go Swordsman and Siegebreaker, which is actually pretty good for our Clown composition. So in the top lane, I can go Pole Warrior. And I can put Ninja on, Mimic on Ninja. I mean, Kilby on Ninja, sorry. Pretty big for us. End up picking up Gambler and Dual Blader, so it's like a double dive composition. Minute now needs a champion. We can grab Shield Bearer for Nemphy. It's a pretty good pickup in this position. And then we need some crowd control from our jungler. Who crowd controls in the jungle? Lancer, Magic Knight, not really. Magic Knight has a little bit of crowd control. I could go Magic Knight because they have to like run in here. Could go Berserker too because he just got buffed, didn't he? Yeah, let's go Berserker. Full melee composition here today. Hard dive as well. Okay, we're focusing on hard dive. We're going to focus on ganking the bot lane. We're going to focus on joining for fights, grouping up, hard engaging, diving turrets, flexibly closing games out. And we will 4-1 split with Mimic. That's what you guys say is the way to go. 4-1 split with Mimic on objectives. That's what you guys keep saying to do with the Clown pick. So that's what we're going to do. They got AD, 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 AD. They're full AD this game. So let's go defense. 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 Cool. And after a minute, not much happening, but the bot lane turret is going to go down. Kitties is covering this lane, but here shows up Minute. He doesn't end up finding anything in that bot lane. The turret goes down early, and a fight is breaking out. A massive ult from Mimic, just dealing insane damage there. And he does pick up 1 kill, but the top lane turret does end up going down. Blue team, the Good Vibe tribe, do end up securing the Serpent. So there's 1 turret down in the top lane, and 1 turret down in the bot lane. Heart is going to get caught out here by Mimic and Minute, and oh, never mind. Kilby decides, I'm taking that kill. Give me the gold, guys. Here's Zuna. He's going to get caught out here. He gets deleted by King in the end. And now they decide we're just going to take this Baron. Rogue Exiles decide they're going to take the Serpent, and I don't think it's going to make a huge difference because here's the Good Vibe tribe looking to catch him out. Oh my god, and they dive in onto Yaguda. It was a good ult from Heart, but they are looking at dealing to Yagut again. Kilby decides I'm just going to use my Q on him. King takes the kill. Heart is now getting caught out of position. He is going to go down. Kitties is a little bit out of position too. The mid lane, oh my god, King is so deep. He does end up picking up Kitties in that fight. Minute is going to get a good ult from Heart, actually. Mimic decides I'm showing up here. I can't find anything, though. Kilby decides I'm diving this turret. Well, I did ask them to turret dive, so it's kind of on me. King and Nymphy trying to find Kitties. They can't do anything. Zuna ends up split pushing and taking out that top lane turret. Now he's trying to push into the Nexus and destroy in the game. Mimic ends up picking up the kill, and they are now trying to find a fight. King gets ulted by Heart. Minute goes down, and now the Baron is going to go over to the side of the Rogue Exiles, and there's not much they can do. Mimic is just split pushing out the lanes. He's now decided I'm joining up for the fight. Finds a decent amount of damage onto Yagut. He's trying to 1v1 him. King finds AC on the side there. Kilby ends up taking out Mr. Yagut as King zones one of them, but that's a massive minion wave there. Kilby decides I'm going in. He kills Icy. Nymphy needs to walk up and land an ult here. They need to kill this minion wave as well. They need to push the opposition back and kill this minion wave. The bot lane turret does end up going down for the side of the Good Vibe tribe. Mimic ends up finding a decent W, but not massive damage. Here comes Ninja, popping in onto Mr. Yagut, finds the kill. It is a even gold distribution at this time, but Zuna's getting caught out. He gets ulted by Nymphy. I think that might have been a waste. Here's Heart. He does have ult up. Mimic is trying to find him, though, and Ninja does miss his smoke bomb, but they do find the kill onto Heart here. Can they finish the game off? That's the real question. The Baron is up, and they find a fight. Oh, Kilby decides I'm going on to Kitties. He kills him. Zuna is there. Minute goes down. Minute kills Ice, and now it is a 2 versus 5. The Baron goes over to the side of the Good Vibe tribe. Can they push these lanes out? These waves are massive. King's fighting Yagut at the moment. They end up finding the Serpent, and look at that wave in the mid lane. They need to go back and handle that one. That one's absolutely insane right now. And now fight's breaking out around Ice. He ends up going down to Mimic, and Kilby is a little bit low. He's gonna have to recall, but the bot lane turret does go down for the side of the Good Vibe tribe. So it is a mid lane turret. Massive minion wave. Mimic decides I'm going in on Zuna, Kitties, and Heart here. Pretty insane of him to do that, but look at these minion waves now. King decides I'm just going to distract you. Good ult from Nymphy to lock them down. Here comes Minute. He jumps in. King decides that I'm just going to pressure this area, and they end up winning the game. Good win for the Good Vibe tribe. It was a bit rough there during this phase of during this later phase of play here, but at the end the Good Vibe tribe do manage to secure that one. Kilby and Mimic on these picks, absolutely insane, and King as always King. Okay, we're going to keep the same team comp, guys. I'm pretty happy with how things are going at the moment, but I'm going to switch in Kardash because we're going to look to play Executioner here. Okay, we're going to look at playing Executioner this game if we can. Ban Boomerang Hunter, so we will ban Exorcist and Ghost. They ban Lancer. What could they want to first pick? I'm going to ban Pyro. I don't really want to deal with Pyro after it got buffed. Who are they going to pick first? They picked Taoist first, so I'm just going to pick Hitman, because Hitman is like incredibly strong after the buff, I believe. And then Fighter, I think, is a good pick. They grab Werewolf and Android. So we can go Executioner and Inquisitor as our bot lane. So top, jungle, bot, and we need a mid laner now. Who are we going to put Mimic on? Do we want to put him on Poison Dart Hunter? Crowd control, crowd control. Could put him on Ice Mage, but we know that Mimic doesn't do the best on those like sort of like mage picks. Gonna put him on Shadowmancer. Even though I know I just said I don't really like him on those mage picks, but we're gonna put him on Shadowmancer. Okay, so for tower sieging, we're going to poke and maintain distance. We're going to group as 5. We're going to focus on being grouping up for objectives, but we are going to prioritize waves because these guys did destroy us in terms of waves in that last game. We're going to focus on ganking the bot side again. Icy is playing Android this game, so let's get Kilby ahead. We'll aggressively close it out, and we will hard engage. They actually got mixed damage now as well, so we'll go magic resist. And then defense, magic resist, magic resist. You can go magic resist and then defense, and that's how we're going to play this one. Okay, let's start this match up. And not a lot happening in a minute 30, just sort of farming out these lanes. The gold's pretty much even. Mr. Yagut is getting caught out by minute there. The ult does come out from hard, and Icy is out of position as well. He might get caught out if he decides to walk back up on this one. The servant does go down. Now Mr. Yagut is out of position. He just gets hooked by Kardash, and they manage to take the kill. But look at this top lane. That turret is getting rolled. Hard is getting turret dove at the moment under our own turret. King ends up finding a solo kill onto Zuna, and another hook from Kardash puts Kitties in under the turret range. Now fighters breaking out around Baron, it looks like. King's trying to find Zuna here. He's going to find the stun. He gets it. Now Mr. Yagut is out of position. Kitties goes in. He just gets deleted. Hart gets knocked up by King's ultimate. And now they're actually peeling back from this fight. They're going to go back in now, and they land a hook on the Hart. Absolutely insane from Kardash here. Icy goes down to Mimic as well. And it is absolute domination here from the good side of the Good Vibe Tribe. 10-0. A gold leader 4,000. Baron goes over to them. Now they're going to find Zuna as well. They delete him. Can they find Hard or Icy? They do find a hook onto Icy, but Mimic actually keeps him alive for longer than it needs to be. Icy ends up going down in the end, and now it's just Mr. Yagut left alive alongside Kitties. Kitties does have ult. He could come and deal some damage, but Yagut gets deleted. Kitties is looking for an angle, but he might die to Kardash if he is able to land a hook. He isn't. And then now Kardash is diving the turret. Might go down to the bleed here. He doesn't. They need to push out this mid lane, because look at these waves. They got Baron buff, but they wasted so much time fighting around that serpent that it did absolutely nothing. Yagut ends up going down there. Kilby is going to be sitting between two turrets. King finds a solo kill onto Zuna in the top side. Maybe Zuna's running. Kilby was looking like, hey, I just want to steal that one away. Now these minion waves are stacking up in these side lanes. It's not looking good. Yagut is going to go down. Look at that minion wave in the bot lane. Absolutely insane pressure from this Rogue Exiles team. They're very, very good at pushing out these waves. Mimic does get caught out in the mid lane. Kilby decides, no, fuck it, I'm just recalling. See you later, Mimic. Minute ends up getting caught out. Kardash lands a hook onto Kitties, but no one is there to follow up. Kilby wants to try and find a fight onto Yagut, but he can't. It's a double kill for Zuna there. Bot lane turret is going to end up falling, and Mr. Yagut is just pushing that out by himself, so it's a 4 versus 5 here. A kill goes over to Kilby. He's 6-0 and 7 on this Inquisitor pick. Minute jumps in onto the back line, and they do find a hook onto Zuna here. Yagut is now well out of position. He's looking like going down here. He gets deleted by Kilby. 8-0 and 7. No need for the Baron. They just say, let me just push this wave in and win the game instead. And they manage to take the bot Nexus turret. Are they going to take the top Nexus turret too? They're going to farm the minion wave out and just say, hey, just booster our gold stats. There's an ult from the Wind Mage, but the game goes over to the Good Vibe Tribe. 24 and 2. An absolute stomp by the Good Vibe Tribe against the Rogue Exiles. We dominated, guys. We absolutely dominated. Perfection, Good Vibe Tribe denies. So 18 and 5, 24 and 2. Great drafts. Some great stat boosts across the board here from all of our players. Mimic finally gets some decent increases. Penguin gets some increases. Bin increases. Kardash, look at that. 4-4-4. Kardash shows some perspective growth. And we had a good episode. We went 2-0, guys. We beat Zenith Spark. We beat Rogue Exiles. Of course, Rogue Exiles are the bottom of the ladder. And the next game will be against Vector Blitz, who is sitting at 7th. We'll also got Pixel Rangers, who are 2nd seed at the moment, in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next episode. Peace out, my friends.